The untrained eye, when they see candlesticks forming on a chart, they don't know what they're looking at. They look at the chart and they just see green and red candlesticks popping up across the screen. Some beginners may think, where do I even begin? In this lesson, we will discuss how to look at a chart and start seeing trend lines and patterns, and then how to trade them. What we're seeing here are candlesticks forming, but what they're forming is not just their existence on a chart. There is much more here. There's a pattern here. It's one that will change your way of trading and the way you look at charts forever. We begin by locating the low of the candlesticks, then draw a line through the lows, connecting them all. This is a trend line, and this is one used in an uptrend. Next, we locate all of the highs of the candlesticks, then draw a line through all of the highs, connecting them all. This is a trend line as well, and one more commonly used in a downtrend. When there are both a lower trend line and an upper trend line within a relative close proximity of one another, this is called a channel. It helps chartists, analysts, and traders identify strategic entry and target zones. Now that we know what a trend line and a channel is and what they look like, let's see how to identify one in the middle of its formation. Then we'll see how to make a projection of future price movements. Just like before, we begin by locating the low of the candlesticks, then draw a line through the lows, connecting them all. Next week, locate all of the highs of the candlesticks, then draw a line through all of the highs, connecting them all. Now that we have our channel marked, we can make an anticipated projection that based off of historical price movements, the candlestick should move to the upper trend line of the channel. Then, we can predict the next movement should be back down to the lower trend line. Now, let's explore how to use this strategy in trading. First, identify the lower trend line. This is the support line. Then identify the upper trend line. This is the resistance line. We then wait for price to push off from the lower trend line to show support. Then we buy in and go long, with the target at the upper trend line where the candlesticks are expected to meet resistance and push back down. Nice trade! Now we do the opposite and sell short. We set a target at the lower trend line where price is expected to meet support. Nice trade! Congratulations! You now know how to look at a chart and identify trend lines, channels, and the basics on how to trade them. Every time you look at a chart, I want you to think of this video and start to naturally draw trend lines and channels. They're always there, so go and find them. Try practicing on a chart. Open up a chart and put the time frame on daily and to look back max length. Zoom in and start finding those trend lines. Great job! I'll see you in the next lesson.